Hi, kindergartners. Today is going to be a new writing lesson. So, we have been learning about different ways that we can be a good writer, and we just learned how to write how-to books. And so, since you guys got so good at writing how-to books, now we are going to be doing something new. And so, what we're going to be starting is called persuasive writing. And what this means is that when you write about something, you're going to encourage your reader to want to do something. So, first, we want to think about our words being like magic and that you can really make things happen with your writing. And so we want to reflect on problems in our world. And some of these problems could be like for Earth Day a few weeks ago, we learned about why recycling is important. And so that's a problem in our world, is that we need to do more recycling. And also, we know that the virus is going around. That's a problem in our world. And another problem that we know about is that not everybody has a home to live in. So I think we've talked about all of those in class, so we know that those are problems that we have in our world. And for our writing, now we want to think about what could make these things better. So if we have a problem like the virus, what do we know that could make this thing better? And we want to write to try and work towards making these things come true. So if I were writing a story about the virus and why it's a problem in our world, I would say maybe we know that one thing that could make the virus go away or us not get sick is washing our hands with soap. So we know that that's one of the things that we need to do. So that's a way that we can work on making the world better, is by listing some ways that could make something better. And so today I want to teach you that if you are going to write about making the world a better place, first you have to ask yourself, where or what is the problem? So first I need to think about, what's a problem in the world that I think is very interesting? What's a problem? And after thinking of that problem, so now you have a problem in your head. It can be one of the ones I just told you, like recycling needs to get better, the coronavirus, or that not enough people have homes to live in. Or you can think about your own idea of a problem in the world. And then we want to think about ways we can solve it. And when we write, we want our writing to show how things can get better. So, first, I want to show you that writers write to make things better by, here's our little new checklist, and it says writers write to make things better. Step 1, we have to see a problem. So this face is thinking about a problem. What is not going right in our world, at our school, in our community? Think about something. And then, step 2, we want to think about ways we could make it better. What ways could we make that problem better? And then we want to write about it. So we want to write down what the problem is and then different steps we can take to make that problem better. So if I'm going to be writing a new piece of writing about what a problem in our world is and how I can make it better, I'm going to use the example of the virus because I know that that's something that we're all learning about right now. So my story would be about the coronavirus and why that's a problem in our world. And then I'm going to think about different ways that that problem could be fixed. One of the ways that we know it could be fixed is by washing our hands with soap and water. And I think we also know to use hand sanitizer. And another problem that we've just learned about is that it helps if we're going outside to wear a mask over our mouth and our nose. That helps us from getting sick. And then another problem, or another way that we can try and solve this problem is by staying a little bit far away from other people so that if someone sneezes, we're not going to be right next to them. So what I did is I just thought about all of the ways I can solve my problem. So the next thing I would do is I would take a piece of paper and I would write down how to solve the coronavirus. How to solve the virus. And then in my writing, I could write 1, we could wash our hands with soap. 2, we could wear a mask. 3, we could keep away from other people. Now, when you're writing your first example of our new persuasive writing, you can write about any problem that you want. If you think there's a problem at school at Bella Vista, if you think, I see people running in the hallway all the time and that's a problem. I see people pushing on the playground and I think that's a problem. So you can think about your problem, think about it, and it can be about anything. And then I want you to write down a few ways, maybe 3 or 4, that we could solve that problem. Okay? And so when you're working on your writing today, I want you to be looking at your checklist that I will put with this video about how writers write to make things better. To remind you that for the first step, you have to think of a problem. Think about a problem. What is just not working? What is not right? And then you have to think about different ways that we could make it better. And then you're going to write it all down in a new book. So it's not a how-to book anymore, but you're going to be using a new book to write down all of your ideas. And I'm going to put the 10-minute timer as a separate video with this video in the writing section so that you can have time to go get new pieces of paper and you can have time to really think about a problem that you want to write about and think about ways that you could fix the problem. So even if you want to take like a blank piece of paper that's not part of your writing book and brainstorm, so think, this is my problem. I'm going to write my problem down. These are some ways I think I can fix it. Write them down really quick. And then you can take your writing book and write your full sentences. So I want you guys to have time to think about all that, and then once you have that all thought about and it's all in your head, then you can start the 10-minute timer video and work on writing down your ideas. So remember, we're not doing how-to books anymore. We are starting persuasive writing, and we are going to be thinking about a problem, writing down ways we could solve it, and then making sure that if someone were to read our book, they would say, oh, this is the problem that they're writing about, and oh, these are the different things that I could do to make it better. All right? I'm so proud of you writers. You guys did such an awesome job with your how-to books, and since you did so awesome, now we're starting something new. I can't wait to see all of your new writing. Bye!